Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Another episode here on the Humvee, and let's see if we can get this thing possibly started in this video or find out what exactly is wrong with it and why it's not starting. So let's just get to work. One of the first things I'm going to do this Humvee is get rid of these side steps because they are making a mess in my garage and they're covered in rust and they're not getting used. And this is why the transmission control module is just chilling here. Okay. All right. So this is the only way that you can get to this plate. Then I'll be able to bet $100 that those bolts are gonna rip off, strip out something. And they look bad. All right, let's pull them off. All right, I gotta get Ava's help. She's gonna come up. I gotta go hold it from the bottom. Be right back. That's why we wear safety glasses. Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna be eating this. Okay, after getting a rust bath, I went down there and snugged this up to where it's hitting the actual running board. So now it's kind of giving it counter pressure. Oh yeah, no wonder. This thing was just sitting there. It didn't have the juice. This probably is gonna snap off. Told you. All right guys, so these side steps are held on by a plate, and there was a big bolt that came up right here. And the exact same thing, there's one in the corner. And you can tell where the floor is ripped right there. And the same thing up front, except you got one. And the second one, it just looks like that bolt over there. Forget these bolts. They can't be tight if they're dust. One is down, definitely hit my toe a little bit, whatever. At least I wasn't barefoot this time. Let's finish this thing up, get the rest of them off, and see where we're at on the batteries. So they've been charging for 3 solid days. I've just been alternating back and forth, and I've got one of the batteries to come up to 11 volts. The other one's still at like 8. So we'll see what happens once go there and check the voltage on them. That's what I'm talking about. Get some. Yeah. Check this out. I mean, pretty cool idea. See, how they mount and everything. I've never seen these before, I'll be perfectly honest. Even in the Marines, maybe I just don't remember. I don't know, that's pretty crazy. I mean, I'll hang out to them, hang them around. I mean, someone could definitely recreate these. You know, like what if I put some rocker panel covers over them? Have you seen those? I think Predator might have one, I don't know. Probably, they have everything. So, yay, if someone knows them, reach out to them. They'll send me some. Holy crap, look at that. So I picked that thing up sideways, well, boom. Look at all that crap that came out of those. Those things are done. All right, I gotta clean up this side before Ah, yes. There we go. Jeez. One more up here. What I'm talking about. Boom, she's on the ground. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Putting in work. That's what it's all about. I want you guys to see this. This is insane. Look right in here. These are like little river rocks. I'm so confused. I've noticed these all over the Humvee. That's pretty crazy.
Sorry.
0.6 volts. That thing's dead. Let's check this one. 0.1. Oh my goodness, these things are dead. So I got to finish this Jeep up. Ball joints going in today, and the geometry correction brackets. Kind of the last things I ever ordered for the Jeep, but they came in, they arrived, and I got to put them on. Then back on this guy. I am ready to replace these. Man, that one's stiff too. Oh, that one's garbage. The top ones are good, so I'm getting the death wobble from both bottoms. That's weird. But we bought these. They're gonna be much better.
One down, 3 to go.
All right, we only were able to replace one ball joint. So this kit on Amazon, look at that. It widened this out so bad, it's too much of an angle. I mean, what a piece of junk.
It won't even fit in the box anymore.
Yeah, it won't even fit back in its slot. But I'm gonna try to return it or something else. So what we went ahead and did though is go ahead and put on the geometry correction brackets of the Wrangler. Let's go check them out. Hey Nola. All right, so they are right. Maybe it's easier to show you that side. Yeah, so they're right here. And what it does is basically push the axle forward in its correction, like in the correct spot from the factory. Really cool. It's $100 for the brackets, and they're gonna make a world of difference on alignment and just ride quality in general. All the Jeep guys are telling me to go get these, so got them. Yeah, and they're both installed right here. They're nice. All right, so I have been charging these batteries for several days now, and oh my goodness, come on. Almost, there we go, 10 volts, 10.6. That's about as good as it's gonna get. It really stinks, but we'll see what the other one is here. It's probably less. I mean, I've literally had this thing rolling 24 hours a day. Oh my gosh. I don't think that's touching it. Hang on. It's really hard to do with, uh-oh, okay. 11.8 on that one. Okay. Yeah, guys, and now that that running board's out of the way, let's go ahead and hook that transmission control module up and just see what happens. All right. And the batteries are still unhooked. Boom, locked in. All right, let's go ahead and throw these on there. Just to see. It's not. Whoo! Well, not too much. All right, see if we got some power. All right, everything seems to be hooked up under here for the most part. That intake looks a little sketch, but yeah, whatever. We've got oil, we got transmission fluid. Let's see what this thing does. Also, remember how this thing was way down here before? Yeah, it was just flipped and it was missing the screw anyway, but doesn't matter, that thing's going. So let's just see what happens here. Well, we've got power. So that means it's in 4-wheel. Hang on. So I managed to get it back in, I guess, out of 4-wheel drive. I mean, it took just some actual like slamming my hand against it. And I think it's in park. I don't know if that shifter, it is having the toughest time. I might have to buy a new shifter. However, let's just send it and see if this thing runs. How about that? So like I said before, I think everything's hooked up. I'm gonna stand on this brake. Actually, the brake feels pretty decent. There is no weight light, by the way. It's not coming on. You ready? Doesn't sound like spark. It doesn't sound, you know what? This thing might not even have glow plugs in it. Let's try it again. All right. The fuel gauge doesn't work, by the way. It's funny because it's saying there's oil pressure right now. All the gauges work. You know what? There might not be any diesel in here. I don't know. So what's next is let's check the glow plugs and check the diesel tank. So fire was a no-go. So we have a little bit of oil, which I think that's coming from the plug, if I'm not mistaken. And there's some coolant. Yeah, it looks like it's coming right there from around the plug. You know, it might just not be tight. I don't know. I see glow plugs right there. You know what? What if that fuel gauge is right? And it literally just has nothing in it. What if they drained it? That's pretty crazy. Check out this fuel gauge. All right, no power. Power. Oil pressure. Batteries. Temp gauge went up. Fuel is beyond E and doesn't do anything. Maybe it's telling the truth. Maybe there's just nothing in the tank. But that looks a little lower than E. So guys, that is a huge plus in itself, even though this Humvee did not run just right then and there. I still never cranked the motor over with like a breaker bar. But guess what? It spun. It's not locked up. I'm just gonna go get some diesel, maybe, and go from there. Yo, so it's late.
Really late.
What was it?
Really late.
Yes. But hey,
The mastermind's here.
Jimmy Braswell. Go check out his fishing channel at Jimmy Braswell. Follow him on Instagram.
I suck at fishing. I'm better at car stuff, but I like fishing.
He
So
loves fishing. Loves fishing.
here we are.
I actually suck at fishing. Ask my brothers. So he's bound to turn and say, hey, this thing's going to crank tonight.
I've got a really good idea. He was saying it spins, doesn't catch. All the gauges work, but the fuel gauge is kind of like this. So
we shall see.
we don't have starting fluid, but we got brake parts cleaner, and it's going to do the same thing.
Okay.
So we're going to crank this up.
Better spray more than that, sir.
Come on.
You know it's going to go all the way. Ready?
It's pouring out. We got another problem somewhere.
All right, guys, so it is the next day here, and did a little bit of research on the weight light not coming on and not starting, the Humvee not starting, and everybody's pointing towards the KDS box, the protective control box. And just so happens on the last Humvee that I had, I ordered one and it ended up not being the problem. So, and I couldn't return it. So it is just fate, as my daughter said, it's fate that you have this other box. So let's go ahead and hook this other box up and see if the weight light comes on. That'll at least get us closer to why this thing isn't starting. Look how nasty that cannon plug is. Dude, is it even... It looks bent. Look at that right there. Huh. Give it some brake clean. All right, let's go ahead and reinstall. Dude, this cannon plug might be a straight problem. Dude, somebody nicked that with a freaking grinder. Okay, I see what's going on. They actually grounded down the little mark, you know, where it kind of like the guide. They ground that down so this cannon plug would fit. Oh, come on, military. Come on, Marines. What the crap? So here's what I'm talking about. Look how bent this is right here. And it's just not wanting to go back on. And look at that. Someone straight up hit that with a grinder, it looks like, or something. Or hit him with the hammer and a... Dude, I am very confused. Did they try to make a new path? Did they try to make a new path for that thing to go? I'm just gonna have to line up the numbers, I think, and see what they go. Oh man, this sucks. All right, I'm gonna put some electrical grease all over this. So guys, I figured out why I cannot get this plug in here. So where they cut this, it almost looks like they cut it with a grinder. This thing's rotated in here to match the corresponding letter to the other letter that's on the box. This little cut that they did is technically the right slot. So now I'm stuck in between, do I grind the control box off, that little guide, or do I buy a new cannon plug? So either way, I'm stuck right there right now. There's really not much more I can do. I can either grind it off or order new one. That is definitely 100% the problem. I was like, why is this not going back on? All right, boys, I went ahead and unscrewed the back off of this cannon plug, and I'm gonna try to move this. If I can rotate this about 90 degrees, I can get that to line up. This is terrible. So this is somehow has turned, and yeah, no kidding. So I guess someone thought this would be the easiest thing to do. Just cut a notch, or what they did do was grind that off. I don't want to grind off the new one. I really don't. So I'm just gonna see if I can rotate this, and if I can't, then I'm gonna have to go back and just buy a cannon plug online, which will take forever to get here. I really don't want to do that. If I can just get it rotated, we'll be in business. It will not rotate. You cannot, I just needed to rotate this piece of rubber inside this housing, and it is impossible. I mean, look how much I've messed that up. Just trying. So with this being removed though, I'm just gonna make a notch like the stock one here, right here, where they tried to. So here we go. Did you guys hear that? Huh? Don't know there's any people that still. Shall we try to drive it? Oh, power steering! Take the transmission here. And cool it. You don't have it. That's some fluid to this thing. Get that out. Sucking in there. Woo! What the God, really? Look at that. So I know what that is. I had to replace that on my other Humvee. See that pipe is smashed right there? That's crazy. So there's a little round cylinder looking thing that hooks up to. It recycles those old fumes. Kind of like a PVC valve. All right guys, so that is diesel fluid. What's dripping down there? That's diesel. Dripping right there on the very bottom of the fuel filter housing. You can see it right there, it's soaking wet down there, that black hose. I want to take this thing for a drive. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this thing like shifted to drive real quick. There you go, this shifter, man. The gauge, it's got oil pressure, and it's got tips doing good. The gas gauge is not working. All right, guys, that's going to be a wrap for today's video on the Humvee. This is outstanding news. This Iron Planet Humvee, who knows how long that thing's been sitting. We got it to crank, and everything seems to be functioning fine, other than a couple things like the fuel gauge, a little bit of fuel leak going on too. That's fine, no big deal. We'll get to that soon. I would love to test drove it for you guys, but I couldn't because this shifter problem. It does not want to shift. I mean, I poured oil in there, WD-40, you name it. It is just, it's moving both levers, and it's whatever. You know what? It had glass this time. Cool, I'll use that glass, but I'm going to spend the money and go buy a shifter. I'll probably go ahead and order one tonight because I'm not even messing with that thing. And it doesn't even have the little button on top. And man, that thing hurts. I'm telling you. So yeah, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you guys next time. By the way, it's hotter than the 8 gates of hell out here today. Sweating.